Well, that's the way we drew that up. Uh, I'm very happy that we won. I thought we did some things from the under four timeout in the first half. I thought we got some momentum there, and we started to really get stops, and that allowed us to get out in transition and get some easy baskets. We saw the ball go through, and then I thought the way we started the second half and throughout, I thought we did a good job. We have to get better with playing with the lead. Our tendency is to relax. And I think we had a 10-point lead and we gave up an offensive rebound basket. And then another point, we had a 10-point lead, actually got a stop and a rebound. And we had something in transition, but we threw the ball away and they hit a three. Give them credit, Boston College. They were a team that has not been shooting the ball well from three. And they stepped up and made 6 threes in the first half. I think they made 10 for the game. And some guys that, we didn't initially mind shooting stepped up and made some big time threes, for them. So give them credit for that. But in the end, we found a way. I like the way that when they scored to tie it, there was a broken play. We didn't want to call timeout. We had the wherewithal to get it in, to push it up, and got Murph on a pull-up jump shot. And, it takes guts to want to be in that moment and to take that shot. And we're incredibly grateful for him to have the guts to do that and obviously to step up and make it. And so, again, pleased with the win. First time we've won 2 in a row in this program in a while. I don't know the exact date or when it was, but I know it hasn't been in a couple of years, maybe a few years. So I'm pleased about that, and we look forward to going on the road.
Coach, how do you balance kind of being aggressive, like staying aggressive and playing with the lead and kind of protecting those big leads?
Yeah, we still need to be aggressive. I think we need to continue to do the things that got us the lead, and namely defend at a high level. When you have you can't lose guys. You can't fall asleep just staring at the ball. You can't rest, especially on defense. You have to come up with a rebound, and we have to work on that more in practice. That's something that I have to spend a little bit more time on. Game situations. This time of year, you're trying to protect guys, especially because we have some guys that are playing heavy minutes. And so you don't want to do a lot of physicality. You don't want to have a lot of physicality in practice because you're trying to prevent injury and you need guys ready for for real live games. But we need to do, as a staff, we need to do a better job of helping our guys in those situations. We worked on game situations a lot early in the season, but we haven't done it in a little bit. And so that's something that, because obviously showing on tape, watching it on tape, doing it, which we do every day, coming back from film session after every game, I should say, that's not working. And so we need to get in the gym and do some more of those situations.
Jeff, why not call timeout? You just turn it over, they got a layup, the lead's gone, why not?
I didn't want them to set their defense. And I thought they were scattered and they didn't know the matchup. They didn't, the matchups were off. They were odd. And in situations like that, I think you get a chance to get a better shot. We did the same thing against Kansas State. It worked. We did a similar thing against Wake Forest. It didn't work. In this situation, fortunately for us, it worked.
You guys had that, I think it was a 19-2 run at one point from the end of the first to the start of the second. Why did things start to click at that point?
We defended. That's what it was. We defended. We didn't allow them just to run their stuff. And, for us, defense ends when we get the ball. So we defended and rebounded. We were able to get out in transition, and then we were able to make some shots.
Jeff, these are two kind of different things, but when you talk about learning to play with the lead, how much does that tie in with what you've talked about some over the past few weeks and months about some guys learning to deal with success and with attention and expectations?
I think it's all tied together. I've mentioned a lot. we're trying to build winning habits. And it's something collectively as a group that we don't have. And I don't know if it's youth, inexperience with success. It's just like that's the bottom line. We don't have it. And so you get a lead and human nature tells you, okay, I can relax now. I can take this possession off. And all of a sudden, in our game, momentum can change very quickly. And for me, I thought it was when we had the 10-point lead, and the first one we gave up the offensive rebound. And, all of a sudden, if you get a rebound there, you get out in transition, which we had done a good job. We shot 62% in the second half. Maybe we get something easy. Maybe that goes from 10 to 12, maybe 13. So in that situation, we had it. And then when we had the 10-point lead, we got something in transition, and we throw the ball away. And Heath got it, and he walked into a three, and I knew it was good. I mean, because in that situation, they always make it. And I thought that was the one that was really concerning to me. That's when I got really worried because you could see us get a little bit tight in that situation. And again, that's where we have to get better. I think all of it's tied together of how do you handle success, and you have to be able to finish.
You talked a little bit about being fortunate that you have a guy like Murph that wanted to take that shot, that was able to take that shot in that circumstance. How do you build that in players? How do you kind of foster an environment where you're able to sort of instill that in people, like you're saying, limited practice time and that kind of thing?
I don't think you instill that. I think some guys have it, some guys don't. Some guys run from the ball, some guys want it in that situation. I think we have a few guys that like to be in those situations and that aren't afraid of it. I think, the thing that you do is that you give them freedom, and hopefully as a coaching staff, we give them confidence that we believe in them in those situations. Like I mentioned, at Kansas State, it was Xavier. He made the shot against Wake Forest. We had a lot of guys in that position because we had 5 straight possessions where we were down 1. And tonight it just happened to be Murph. They really tried to go after X and Trey on that situation. If you go back and watch, they really tried to deny them. And the court was just open because they had so much attention on Xavier and Trey. And Justin, found Murph, and Murph stepped up and made a big-time shot.
When you were recruiting Ryan, did he seem to be the kind of guy that wanted the ball in those situations?
Well, he's always been confident. I didn't know. I never saw him play, so I can't speak on that. But he's always been really confident in his ability to shoot the basketball.
Coach, it's been a roller coaster of a game tonight. Is there any big takeaways you can take going into this road trip?
I'm just glad we won. Glad we scored 2 more points than them.
What's going through your head there in that final possession of play?
We got to score. Just got to get a good shot, and I work on that shot about every day, so I just felt comfortable. Justin gave me a good pass. The big man kept backing up, and I was just like, shoot it. Worst happens, I miss, so.
Situations like that, how much of what you do is kind of just instinctual?
I think I've shot a good amount of 1-dribble pull-ups in my life, so it was literally a catch, just 1 2-dribble pull-up, read the defense, and like I said, we work on it every day, so it's just comfortable, and it felt comfortable. I knew it was going in once it left my hand, so.
For the past 3 games, you've come off the bench and shot the 3 really well. What's the difference between coming off the bench and starting for you? Are you more comfortable in one position or another?
I just started making more shots. Shooters, you just gotta focus and like I say all the time, stick with what you do, and shots gonna fall. So they're just going in right now, and it's a great feeling every time it's leaving my hand right now. So.
Buddies, what does this do? You guys have been in position before, and you haven't closed out. What does a game like this do for you guys going forward, you think?
It actually helps a lot, confidence-wise, knowing we could do it. That's what Coach preaches about, maturity, and that showed a lot tonight, like maturity, and the guys pulled through. So.
What do you think made this team so hard to close out down the stretch?
It's just more so like we lose our mind when things not going right. Going wrong is just like we're not clicking all on cylinders. So like we had to just slow down and just get back together.
Do you feel like that's a game, haven't been here both seasons, do you feel like that's a game y'all would have won last year?
Last year, no. I wouldn't think we would have won it last year because it was just we was trying to figure out each other. But now this team, like we know each other more than we did last year. So like I feel comfortable this year than last year.
Murph, you hit the three with about maybe 2 minutes left in the first half, and then Justin kind of went from being a 14-point deficit to 5. How important is that to go into the locker room feeling that way as opposed to how it might have been?
So we were down 14?
Yeah.
And then we cut to 5? Yeah, that's a way better feeling being down 5 than 14. So you go in there with a lot more confidence. And we've been down before. Like at North Carolina, we were down, I think, 12 or 11. And then we came back and won. So I think it's kind of similar. We started off slow, we picked it up, and then we came back and won.
Trey had that steal and dunk at the beginning of the first half, and then his energy kind of picked up. Did you notice that when he was on the floor that he was a lot more into the game and a lot more engaged?
Yeah, Trey's aggressive. He's crazy athletic, and he's tough to guard when he's getting downhill. So, when he gets that little dunk or that steal or whatever to get him going, then that just helps us. So.
What did Coach Capel tell you guys at half? Because it's could be because you all had begun to make a run there late in the second half, but it really in the first half, but it really continued into the second. Was kind of his point that he was trying to relay to you guys.
He was just saying relax, get back to being us, and that's really what we was doing. We was out of character for first half. We was not being us, not sitting down on defense and guarding the man and keeping the man in front. But second half, that's what we did. We came out and played our game, playing defense, and that's why he keep preaching his defense, keep your man in front. That's what we did second half. That's how we put out this win.
Ryan, you said you practiced, that you were comfortable in that situation because you practiced it. How often do you practice that particular situation in practice?
This could sound weird, but in the summer, like when I work out with my friends and stuff, then like in California and stuff, like we play one-on-one with 3 seconds. Like when you catch it, it's 3, 2, 1. So like, and usually you can start a half with the ball, or you can start anywhere. And like my trainer back home, we just work on that stuff. It's kind of weird, and you don't think anything of it, and then you get in a game situation, it makes sense. So I worked on it a lot.
I heard coaches talk about a slow heartbeat in a situation like that. Is that how you felt, going into the last couple seconds?
Honestly, no, I felt pretty calm. I was
That's
just,
what I mean.
I felt really calm. Yeah, I was just like, I was thinking like, shoot, I hope this goes in. And then when it left my hand, I'm like, oh, that's good. So it felt good. He kept backing up, and I was like, all right, that's too much room.
Yeah, the game wasn't over after that shot. I mean, what were you thinking whenever Justin comes up and kind of like intercepts that pass at the end?
I was thinking just hold it. Like, hold the ball, make a foul.
When you stole that, it was ball game. I was just doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you guys think attributed to their shooting success in the first half? Was it some defensive breakdowns, or they just hitting some shots?
They just had a good first half of shooting, and like Coach said, a lot of teams gonna have their best games, so we just had to adjust to that. So.